our media, music, movies, and more accessible on any platform, whenever and wherever we are. Let's hear from Synacor's Vice President and General Manager of TV Everywhere, Michael Bishara, and learn how TVE continues to change the way consumers interact with content across devices, and how it will soon be easier than ever to seamlessly authenticate. Where does Synacor stand in helping users seamlessly authenticate?
Well, really, when you look at what Synacor offers, it's really a very rich platform. And the platform covers a couple of key areas. One, which you talked about, authentication. So we have a cloud identity management platform that really is all about seamlessly connecting that consumer to the content that they want to be able to view. Typically today, you have your credentials that your operator would provide, username and password. There are some challenges around understanding what those are, how do you retrieve them. So we offer solutions that make that easier for the customer, for the user. We also look at ways, and we just announced a recent innovation around that, around social login. So the notion being that, okay, you know what, I'm going to have a one-time event where I have to find my operator's credentials, and I can now bind that with Facebook, Twitter, or Google+ to now make that experience much easier in sort of moving forward. And once you do that one-time event, that content is accessible on any platform, on any device, and you never have to do it again. We had recently purchased a company called Carbon. And when you think about what Carbon offers the marketplace, I always like to think about it as a consumer. So today we live in a world where there are multiple apps, and these apps are really native apps, and there's distinct experiences. So to your point, if you have HBO GO, or you have Stars, you have Disney, all very, very powerful experiences in and of themselves. Very compelling, very, very rich. When you look as the user and trying to search and find content across those multiple worlds of those apps, it becomes quite a challenge. What Carbon is really a platform, an HTML5 platform that is sort of the next generation powering what we call web apps. So how is that different? Well, you have your native app experience where you have to go and install an app. You find it within a store. But what if you can emulate that experience by pulling it up within a browser? Carbon enables that. Once I have it pulled up within a browser, I can now, with Carbon, contain a multitude of apps, be it Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, HBO, presuming that they as well are built in an HTML5 fashion. But once I'm able to do that, then I can search and find content across all of those experiences. For our customers, let's take a cable operator, I can also now preserve my relationship and my branding with those consumers, meaning you in essence are getting into the world of app syndication. And what does that mean is that if you picture where your cable operator's brand and navigation and other capabilities are in essence in sort of a thin header at the top, but your TV Everywhere entertainment content is contained within that, it really allows the content provider to create their experience, which no one knows better how to do that than them. They can innovate around that. And now we can sort of capture, if you will, or contain that app experience and reinforcing the value of the relationship with the cable operator, satellite, or telco, and even CE companies. And but still allows the user to be able to search and find content, enjoy it within that experience.
12 million users watched the Olympics live on their smartphones. How does the Olympics create such a huge milestone, a historic event in terms of streaming? I mean, is that related to a hybrid broadcast?
Well, what it is, it starts with the content, right? So very compelling content. And if you're able to, again, make that available on a multitude of platforms, make it very easy for the consumer, authentication-wise, get them in the door, then you have a really powerful experience. And that's what you saw, really, I think, the perfect marriage of the technology platform as well as the demand for the content, bringing that to fruition. And we enabled at Synacor over 25 million households to be able to view the Olympics. So that's our footprint that we enabled for that event. And to me, it's a very, very much a watershed moment in TVE because it demonstrates what can be done. What I think the connected TVs allow as well is really to be able to search multiple forms of content and consume it. So for instance, if I have a Netflix app, a Hulu app on my connected television set, if I can now search that with all of the live linear content and being able to present recommendations across that experience, and that becomes very, very powerful.
You've been on one of the lists that I've read, among Facebook, Yelp, and Brightcove. You're one of the fastest growing companies, 2012. Congratulations.
Thank you. Very happy about that at Synacor.